Hello everyone, this is Just a Dad. Today I'm going to show you how to install this Rain-X water repellent. This is for your vehicle to help improve visibility when it's raining really hard. When you apply this Rain-X Original, the water beads up on your windshield and it makes visibility so much better when you're driving in a heavy downpour. So this comes in a nice spray bottle. Now you want your vehicle in a shaded area or in the garage. You do not want to do this in direct sunlight. Give yourself about 20 to 30 minutes to do it start to finish. Now you're not supposed to do this on a really cold day. You're supposed to do it above 40 degrees. Okay, so the first thing we want to do is make sure we clean our windshield. I've got some bug splatters on here, so if you want to do this after you go to the car wash or something, would work out a little bit better. But we do want to get the bugs off of this for the most part. You don't have to get this perfectly spotless, but getting the bugs off does help. So let's give it a good clean with some Windex. Okay, so before we begin, I've got the windshield nice and clean. A word of caution, these spray bottles, it does tend to spray all over. Now this liquid, you really don't want to get it, you can get it on your car and get it off, but you really want it just to be on the windshield. I like to apply it to these cotton pads I've got, and then I use the cotton pads, so I'll spray it on the cotton pads. Because you can see when you spray it, it does sort of make a mess, and this stuff is hard to get off. It's worth the effort, but it's kind of hard to get off. So here's what you want to do. Go in a circular motion, and you want the whole windshield covered. Now this is going to be kind of liquidy, and it's going to dry into a film, and that's what you want. So just go in a circular motion, reapply some to this. You don't want it so thick on here that it's running off and kind of making a mess. Just a nice thin coat. We're going to let that dry for about 10 minutes, and then we're going to wipe it off. That's where the real hard work comes on. This is very easy. Again, just get it. You don't have to get it all the way over. Just kind of right in the main viewing area. You don't have to get down. You don't have to get underneath your windshield wipers. Just keep it nice and up here, like in this area. Okay, so I've got it applied. You can see how there's a film on there. We do not want to leave that film on there. It makes it seeing out your window very hard. But we're going to let that dry for about 5 to 10 minutes. Again, reapply a second coat. In a circular motion, you want nice, good coverage. Then let that dry for about another 10 minutes. And then this is when the hard work comes on, getting this dried film off. Now, it's not super hard. You just kind of have to press hard a little bit. It kind of wants to smear a little bit. It may not be all the way dry, but I'm going to show you how to get it off. Okay, so the Rain-X has dried. Here's where an old cotton t-shirt would come into play. I've got these cotton pads. Now, you've got to get this film off. And you got to keep using a good side of the cotton. So what's going to happen is you're going to wipe for a while, and then that's going to fill up. And even though it doesn't look like it's full, you've got to switch to a new one because you want to get this film will come off. But you do have to kind of rub a little hard and kind of in the same area for a while. And it takes a little bit. This is so worth it though. I really think you can see so much better out here when you've got Rain-X on your window. Again, then that side gets full, and then just kind of move it. Be patient, it takes a little bit. You can see I've got this area, the film is off, but I'm going to keep moving and get the rest of the film off. This is where it takes some elbow grease. And getting to the center of your windshield can even take a little bit more elbow grease, but it is so worth it. Okay, so that took about 20 minutes of pretty hard work, but it was worth it. Now what happens is you'll be rubbing that, and what happens is it kind of dries some more as you're rubbing it. So you kind of rub it, let it sit for a little bit, and then rub it some more real hard. But you've got to get that film off of there. You can even go inside the car and sit and look out, and you can see if you can still see that film. But I was able to get all the film off. I always have. And if you just are patient and take your time, it will come off with like an old, really soft cotton shirt. Okay, so some people are going to ask, how often should I reapply? If it's a brand new car with or a windshield that's never had Rain-X on it for, you may have to reapply in about 4 or 5 months. But if you've applied this twice in 1 year, it's going to be good for possibly 2 or 3 years. I've had this on vehicles, and I haven't reapplied it for a year or two, and it still works. Now, it works a lot better when you do reapply and put a new coat on there. But if you forget about it, it does stay on there a while, and you don't have to recoat that often. So Rain-X works so good. In heavy downpours, sometimes I don't even use my windshield wipers. It works that good. Now the rain beads up, but you can still see around it really good. Now sometimes you do get some, you might get some minor wiper blade chatter, because sometimes it'll skip going across your windshield sometimes, but I think it helps the windshield wipers. So here I've got some plain water, and you're gonna see it just beads up so much better when you've got that Rain-X installed. And when you've got some air going across this windshield, it just blows right off when you get those. It beads up and the air rushing across. That's why this is so good at highway speed. Now, when you're sitting at a stoplight, you're definitely gonna have to put your windshield wipers on because it's gonna beat up kind of like it is now. But when you're going down the highway at 55, 65 miles an hour, this water just flows off of your car. It does a really good job. So I hope this video helps. Thanks everybody for watching.